It's a nice day on the north side of Chicago as we get you set for Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet. Game 2 of a 3-game weekend series against the Cincinnati Reds. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Jim DeShays, I'm Len Casper. 6-5, the Reds barely hung on yesterday to beat the Cubs in the opener. Shin-Soo Choo reached base 3 more times, leading the league in on-base percentage, and he's hurt the Cubs this year.
Well, they have plenty of good bats in the middle of their order, but Choo's been the guy who's really made the Reds go this year with that high on-base percentage. Against the Cubs, his on-base percentage is .600. He's 7 out of 15 in the 4 games played between these two clubs. Obviously, a priority to keep this guy off base.
We're going to see a lot of swings and misses most likely today with this very good pitching matchup. Jeff Samardzija will go for the Cubs, still looking for that first win since opening day.
Yeah, opening day he was a winning pitcher. Since then it's been 4 losses and a no decision despite some very good work. Tough luck against the Reds. 6 innings, that's the game he got hurt. Allowed just 1 run but got beat 1-0 in that game.
Left-hander Tony Cingrani's been filling in for Johnny Cueto. He's been really good. Back here in his hometown, he was born in Evergreen Park.
Young, hard-throwing left-hander putting up outstanding numbers. The strikeouts really grab your attention. 20-out strikeouts, only 4 walks allowed in his 18 innings of work here at the big league level.
Well, the Reds were struggling with their offense coming into this series, but yesterday they got that offense going, scoring 6 runs, and they would need every one of them to beat the Cubs. It's Anthony Rizzo and the Northsiders against the Reds. Next.
Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. BMO Harris Bank. Helping money make sense. BMO Harris Bank. NA member FDIC. AT&T Uverse. Visit att.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. Ford. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
Lovely day at the ballpark. Not much wind. Temperatures getting up into the lower 60s. And we're set for the Reds and Cubs on this Saturday afternoon. Now the Reds Southwest starting lineup against Jeff Samardzija. Choo will lead it off in center. Cozart, Votto, Brandon Phillips back in the lineup. He sat out yesterday. Jay Bruce is in right. Todd Frazier with that home run off Samardzija, the game winner back in Cincinnati. Hall is in left. Corky Miller, the veteran catcher, with Tony Cingrani on the mound.
And here are the Cubs defensively this afternoon. Soriano, Sapel, Hairston left to right, third to first. We go Ransom, Castro, Barney, Rizzo, Wellington, Castillo behind the plate. For right-hander Jeff Samardzija. Jeff 1-4 with a .335. He is our Lexus starting pitcher today. He's been tough to hit. League hitting just .213 against him. Wins have been hard to come by. Run support has not been good for him.
Set the umpires. Alan Porter will get the plate today. Greg Gibson's a crew chief at first. Hunter Wendelstedt at second. And Mike Estabrook over at third. Derby Day. And the giveaway today, the Derby hats. They look good.
Yeah, they look better on some than others. And we're going to give you an example here with our Coors Light Freeze Cam. Nobody wears the Derby hat better than that guy right there. Are you kidding me? That's our Coors Light Freeze Cam. Zonk with the Derby hat.
So Samardzija ready to work.
He's probably looking around for a horse he can climb aboard.
Yeah. Samardzija just 1-4 with a .335 ERA. And Shin-Soo Choo with a fly ball to deep left. Soriano is back on it, and it's in the basket. First pitch swinging, and a leadoff homer for Choo, his 5th of the season.
Not only lead off, but the very first pitch of the ball game, Chu, who has good opposite field power, displays it here, puts the Reds on the board 1-0. Man, he has been a force for them all year, in particular against the Cubs. Make it 8 out of 16 against Chicago. That's our Ford home run replay. He picks on that first pitch, a little two-seam fastball away, and just rides it out of here.
Cozart swings and fouls. Well, Chu is such a patient hitter, particularly in the leadoff spot. It does make you wonder, JD, if he went back and looked at Samardzija in the first pitch of the game, going back to last year, and found out he's going to throw me a fastball. I'm going to jump on it.
Well, I think Samardzija, I think he's viewed as an aggressive guy who attacks with his fastball early.
Cozart pops out to Barney.
And I think a guy like Chu, who does typically work the count, it's good game planning on his part to jump on one early every now and then. Talked about it yesterday during the game with this guy Votto, who's usually very patient, doesn't attack early, but every now and then he'll try to ambush him.
So here's Joey Votto, 28 walks, leading the majors. That home run for Chu, he's now been on base, a major league leading 65 times this season. You figure this is the Reds' 31st game. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he reached base safely in the first 22 or 3 games that they played. There's only been a handful of games where he hasn't been on.
Check on the weather for you. 60 degrees and rising. A northeast breeze at just 3 miles an hour. Nice grab by a fan in the upper deck. That's how you do it.
Clean, no bobble.
Into left for Joey Votto. This will be extra bases for him.
Votto taking a similar approach that Chu did, that two-seam fastball moving across the top of the strike zone this time. No real sinking action, just running action across the plate. And Votto, as we see him do so often, will hit that ball with authority the other way. Samardzija last time out allowed 1 first-inning run. And one of his other starts, he gave up a 4 spot in the first.
It was in Milwaukee, I think. Had a bad first inning. One 1-0 on Brandon Phillips, his first action of the weekend. The Reds were off on Thursday, and Dusty decided to give his everyday second baseman 2 full days off, so he didn't play in the opener.
Those guys that play hard, especially a demanding position, middle infield position, center fielders, catchers. You try to find some time to give those guys a little bit of a break, and to do it coupled with the scheduled off day makes a lot of sense. And Phillips had very bad numbers against Carlos Villanueva, so it made even more sense to give him yesterday off.
Does not have good numbers against Samardzija either, 2 for 16. The home run by Chu on the first pitch, that's a first homer against the Cubs on the first pitch of the game since 2008. And Ricky Weeks took Ted Lilly deep on the first offering. Big bat waggle by Phillips, and he fouls.
Because Votto and Chu have been on base so much, a lot of RBI opportunities for the likes of Phillips and Bruce and Frazier. Phillips and Frazier in particular have really cashed in. Phillips leads their club with 26 driven home.
And he swings and misses. And a slider for strike 3.
It's a game of adjustments. The Reds come out swinging early with Chu. Cozart attacked the first pitch, so get those secondary pitches working. Samardzija finishes off Phillips with a good slider.
Jay Bruce. 0-1. Knocked in a couple yesterday on a double and a ground out.
It's 2 starts ago against the Reds when Samardzija hurt his finger trying to barehand a comebacker. He pitched that entire game with that thing bleeding, or running into the dugout between innings to patch it up. Put a little super glue on there. Last time out, he said it was feeling pretty good. It bothered him mostly on the 4-seam fastball, not so much on the breaking pitch.
Season low 5 innings against the Padres. A bloated pitch count due to 4 walks and 8 strikeouts. That's high. 1-2. Reds came in struggling to score runs, but they got 6 in the opener and 1 right off the bat, literally here today. Swung on and missed. Bruce strikes out for the 3rd time in the series. But Chu with a leadoff homer, and it's 1-0 Reds. You're on Derby Hat Day at Wrigley Field. Now the Cubs Southwest starting lineup. Dave Chappelle, the former Red, in the leadoff spot. Cody Ransom has been excellent, especially against lefties. Rizzo, Soriano, and Castro. Wellington Castillo at 318 in the 6th spot. Hairston in right. Darwin Barney had a rough day at the plate yesterday. Samardzija 0 for 10 to start the season.
Reds defensively, Xavier Paul gets the call in left field. They've had some issues out there with injuries. Ryan Ludwig and Chris Heisey both on the DL. Chu and Bruce play pretty much every day. Frazier, Cozart, Phillips, Votto on the infield, and veteran Corky Miller behind the plate for the young left-hander, 23-year-old Tony Cingrani. Boy, what a story he has been for the Reds. He's our Alexis starting pitcher for Cincinnati today. He's made 3 starts. He's 2-0 with a 1.50 ERA, and he's striking everybody out.
Had a 4 strikeout inning recently as well, and in there on Sapelt. Phillips down to a knee. 2 pitches, 1 out. Well, Cingrani probably has a lot of family and friends here in attendance. Born in Evergreen Park, went to Lincoln Way Central in New Lenox. Later attended South Suburban College, and then went to Rice.
Reds made him their 3rd-round pick out of Rice University in 2011. A brief call-up last year. And was called up this year due to the injury to Johnny Cueto, but the way he's pitched, it's not his intention to go back down. He's got an easy 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Looks like he's playing catch. I think there's a little deception in that delivery too. Slider and a changeup as well. But he relies heavily on that high-riding fastball.
Breaking ball strike. It is 0-2 on Ransom. In the 2 spot, Castro hitting 5th for the 3rd time this week. And the pitch. Off the plate inside. Tony Cingrani is the first Red ever with a surname starting with C-I-N. I'm trying to think of other big leaguers. Maybe Alex Centrone, C-I-N. Haven't been a ton of them. He's the first Red.
Well, those Cinderellas.
Way outside that time, a full count, 3-2. It was the fourth inning of his last start in Washington. Cingrani became the fifth Red to record 4 strikeouts in 1 inning. Denard Span reached on a wild pitch. And he struck out Harper, Desmond, and LaRoche as well. 3-2 on the way, fouled back.
And at 95 miles an hour, Ransom a good fastball hitter. Just missed that one. He struck out 11 in that game, did Cingrani, against the Nats. He struck out 9 against the Cubs in 7 innings of 2-run ball, and they start against the Cubs back on the 23rd of April.
Called strike 3 on the inner third to get Ransom.
Cody motioning to Alan Porter that he thought the ball was down, but clearly a good pitch.
You mentioned Johnny Cueto. Cingrani in the rotation for him. Now Cueto has had a setback, some soreness in his oblique, so nobody knows for sure as Rizzo had to escape. And Cueto will be back, but a few days ago trying to figure out, okay, what are they going to do with Cingrani pitching this well? Once the ace comes back, those things tend to work themselves out. I think a lot of people watching the Cubs are wondering the same about when Matt Garza returns. So many things can happen.
Mike Leake may be vulnerable now in that Reds rotation.
There's Matt. He will start for AAA Iowa on Monday. Kyuji Fujikawa will make a rehab appearance tomorrow for the I-Cubs. 1-2.
After that breaking ball that got a little loose on Cingrani's come back with 2 quality fastballs to get ahead of Rizzo. And he just doesn't have the feel for that breaking ball. Hitters generally don't like to get hit by the baseball, but you're down in the count 1-2 to a hard throw and kind of nasty left-hander, and he flips a slow curveball up there. He hits you in the upper arm. You'll take that one.
Rizzo and Votto talk it over as Alfonso Soriano digs in, and Cingrani will fire over to first.
Cingrani, he toes the line. He's with his move to first base. That's kind of a tweener move where he steps between first and home plate, flirting with a balk call.
They've got 45 degrees to work with in that regard.
Which, in essence, umpires aren't out there with a protractor or anything, so it's a judgment call. They're just looking: is he coming more this way, or is he coming more home? You're supposed to step to the base you're throwing to.
You don't think Greg Gibson after the inning will say, Tony, that first one was 42 degrees.
Yeah, let's triangulate this. You got to give me about 7 degrees the other way, pal, or I'm going to have to call one on you. From that first throw over, Dave McKay will start working on it. Yeah, it looks like he's going home there.
Two and one on Alfonso. Knocked in his 3rd run of the year yesterday. 2 for 5 Did strike out with the bases loaded, 1 out in the 7th. A good take to make it 3-1. Kick and the pitch and a fly ball to deep left and gone. A 2-run homer. And the Cubs have the lead.
Soriano has shown signs lately of starting to come out of an early season funk, and he's done a lot of damage in terms of the batting average against left-handed pitching. Power numbers haven't been there yet, but he unloads on that Cingrani fastball. A forward home run replay, a no-doubt home run off the bat of Alfonso Soriano. Way back there, and the Cubs have the lead.
So those 2 homers on April 18th against Alexi Ogando here at Wrigley. And a go-ahead 2-run shot versus Cingrani. 2-0 meantime on Starlin Castro.
Well, if you look at the numbers, if you're a hitter, you can sit fastball when Cingrani's behind in the count. He throws his heater about 90% of the time when he's behind in the count. See if he is able to make an adjustment and come off that a little bit if the Cubs have some good swings against him like Soriano did.
Career homer number 374. And another 3-1 count, this time to Castro.
So you got to be looking dead red here.
Swung on and missed. Dale talked about Castro eliminating the leg kick yesterday against Aroldis Chapman, and he ended up with a base hit in that 3-run 9th inning. Dale would like to see him cut down on that leg kick even against guys who don't throw that hard, as he swings and misses and strikes out. But Soriano with a home run, and the Cubs lead 2-1.
Cubs Charities Race to Wrigley 5K run presented by Athletico takes place next Saturday. That's May 11th. Starting at Wrigley Field, participants will run around the neighborhood, finish under the legendary marquee at Clark and Addison. And if you raise $1,000 or more, you'll be able to run a post-race victory lap around the warning track. If you raise $500 or more, you can enjoy brunch inside the ballpark following the race. To register, visit racetowrigley.com.
Chu with a first pitch home run. And then Soriano with 2 outs in the bottom of the inning with a 2-run shot. So the Cubs have the lead, giving their ace some early run support. Here's Frazier, who hit that long homer off Samardzija in Cincinnati. Frazier, the heir apparent to Scott Rowland at third base.
Three out of 6 against Jeff with a couple of home runs now in his career.
And there's foul into the Cubs bullpen. Frazier. 40th career start for Samardzija.
Frazier coming off a rookie year in which he hit 19 home runs. Ooh, 911 emergency hack.
He pulled that ball right out of Castillo's glove.
273 hitter last year, 331 on base. Solid third base play. Very good rookie year for Frazier.
Fastball is fouled off. Well, 30th game of the year for the Cubs. Let's check out the division right now. You have 4 of the 5 teams at 500 or better. Again, the Cubs have played so many tight games. Just feel like one pitch, one play here or there, they'd be much closer to 500. The Cardinals come in on Tuesday for a 2-game series. They're in Milwaukee this weekend. Brewers had that rough start, but they played a lot better lately. Ground ball again is foul.
Cardinals being led by their pitching staff, starters in particular. They have a team ERA of 3.07. They do have issues in their bullpen. Jason Mott is going to have surgery. Mitchell Boggs has been sent to AAA.
A fly ball out in the deep center. Chappelle makes a catch. 1 out. Get real-time info, including pitcher gas gauge, stats, tweets with Cubs in-game live. Only at csnchicago.com. Brought to you by Comcast Business Class.
It was a good win right there for Samardzija. Frazier put up a very good battle, made Jeff work hard. He made a lot of quality pitches in that sequence, and ultimately got his guy. Well, that's a strike.
Samardzija a little aggravated with that non-call, and the Cubs dugout didn't like it either. Alan Porter just looked over there.
Yeah, that's a good pitch. Made a nice adjustment, mixing in more breaking balls early. Wise to the approach of the Reds hitters.
Samardzija became a starter. There were times when he tried to power his way through rough spots with his fastball and kind of forgot about his other pitches.
Which is understandable for a guy who had primarily been a relief pitcher, and that's how relief pitchers attack hitters. They tend to, minimize the number of pitches they throw in terms of different kinds of pitches, attack with the hard stuff, especially when they throw 97 miles an hour.
2-1 is a strike. 2-2. Now, having said that, recently there have been times when maybe he has forgotten about his fastball. He's gone maybe too far the other way. So we're really seeing the maturation of a big league starter in terms of finding that fine line.
Yeah, and that's why there's value every day at the ballpark, whether you're a pitcher or a position player. On your good days, there's value because you had a good day and you won or you did something. But when you have a bad day, it's an opportunity to learn what went awry. You have to kind of assess things after the game. Where did I go wrong and how do I fix it?
Time to look at our Avis slow-mo replay. One of these foul balls by Todd Frazier ends up in the bullpen.
To the backside. He just laid an egg.
Slicing liner past Soriano. And it's a double for Xavier Paul. Samardzija feels like he threw about 6 strikes in that at bat. It ends up being a 2-base hit.
Either a splitter or a backdoor breaking ball. I think the splitter that hung up a little bit. Soriano just couldn't quite get there, but you see the approach by these Reds hitters, the left-handed hitters, 3 extra base hits all going the other way.
Third straight Tony Cingrani start in which Corky Miller has been his catcher. So Dusty going with the veteran Miller to pair up with the young Cingrani. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, we saw Corky in Cincinnati. He had just been called up. First time he had appeared in the big leagues in a couple of seasons. Kind of a fun story. Signed by the Reds back in 1998, an undrafted free agent. And a lot of miles on that body, boy. Years in the minor leagues.
Two and two. Laid off that one. Samar just wondering, why did he swing at that one? He swung at the one before.
Yeah, this is again a real good pitch. I mean, that pitch could go either way. And not a whole lot Corky's going to do with it.
That time he got him on a fastball for his third strikeout. Samardzija came in with 47, so that's number 50 on the season. He's third in the National League in strikeouts.
A.J. Burnett, number 1.
The 47 in April, the second most by a Cub pitcher in the month of April. Matt Garza fanned 51 2 seasons ago. Phil Rogers from the Tribune just tweeted, Corky Miller is up. I remember when he came to the White Sox at the end of his career 4 years ago.
Corky coming into this season had 3,038 minor league at bats compared to 504.
Will have his number retired at AAA Louisville. It's good and bad, right?
Yeah. You got to be careful how many records you set at the minor league level.
Swing and a miss. Castillo dropped the ball, so he'll lob it to Rizzo. 4 strikeouts for Samardzija. He has a 2-1 lead early on. It's been a breakout year for Bulls and former Marquette star Jimmy Butler, but the road to the NBA wasn't easy. Here how he went from a rocky childhood in Texas to college sensation at Marquette, and eventually Bulls fan favorite from Marquette. It's the story you've never heard about the family who changed his life. Tonight at 6 during Bulls pregame live.
Now, where'd he go to school?
Marquette University, baby. Win or go home for the Bulls tonight. So it's Wellington Castillo to lead off the Cubs second. Snagged by Miller on that pitch. It was way out in front of home plate. Already a postponement. The Mets and the Braves washed out in Atlanta.
Weather really impacting the schedule here in the early going. Playing Kansas City yesterday?
They did not play.
It's 2 in a row they lost there, correct?
White Sox and
or just one?
Royals. Yeah, the Royals, I think the day before. Castillo hit, so that's a second Cub to be plunked by Cingrani.
little out of whack out there on the mound. He threw that first fastball way out in front of home plate. He's trying to make an adjustment to get the ball down. They're trying to go down and in. To that end, he was successful, but obviously not where he wanted to throw it, and really not where Wellington Castillo wanted him to throw it either. Man, that has to hurt. He's still walking it off down at first base.
Painful way to get on base, but the leadoff man is aboard.
Well, that's how the inning developed in the first inning. Rizzo hit by a breaking ball from Cingrani, and then Soriano took him deep.
So it's Scott Hairston, the right fielder.
Figures to be a pretty good matchup for Hairston, a guy who can handle the fastball, and Cingrani, a guy who relies heavily on that four-seam up in the zone heater. Question is, can he catch up to it?
Deep breath by Cingrani in the pitch, and a liner that's going to hold up for Paul in left.
Good swing.
Got good wood on it.
Sundays means family days in Wrigley Field. Tomorrow at the conclusion of the game against the Reds, the first 1,000 children 13 and younger will have the opportunity to run the bases. To purchase tickets for tomorrow's game and the rest of the homestand, please visit Cubs.com.
Now Darwin Barney 0 for 5 yesterday. Couple of double plays. Struck out to end the game. Had a good series against the Padres. But a rough opener versus the Reds. Another ball in the dirt on a fastball. Dale talking about Barney in his pregame chat with the media said just too many adjustments right now. And the biggest thing for Barney, he's been late on fastballs. He's been taking more walks, but as a result, maybe has crossed that fine line and letting the ball get too deep, not getting the head of the bat out in time.
Yeah, I think it can be tough for a hitter in Barney's position. There's so much talk about patience, working walks, on base percentage, and so it's understandable that he'd try to be a little more disciplined at the plate. But if he's missing fastballs that he should be hitting, obviously that's not good either. What we like to call a conundrum.
And Darwin is a tinkerer.
Yeah, the brain can get in the way sometimes in this sport.
3-1. Three and two. So margin next.
See if you can get the head out on one here. A little late on that one at 94. Three, two, one out. Oftentimes that's a running situation, but with the lefty on the mound, Castillo being the base runner, not to mention a base runner who just got whacked. And this guy gets so many swings and misses.
Chu, glasses on top of his hat, makes a catch.
Not a situation there where you're likely to start a base runner, and they didn't. The truck is calling a home run. We have an official call.
Okay. Very aggressive swinger, Jeff Samardzija.
Been known to do a lot of good work on Saturday afternoons.
Outside. Now, that would have been an interesting theory, is only start Samardzija on Saturday afternoon.
Got to get this guy more Saturday starts.
Although now he's a professional, so maybe he should start on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, good point.
Maybe an occasional
He'd be
Monday
playing
night.
on Sundays, yeah.
Swing and a miss, so the home run will have to come a little later. Cubs 2, Reds 1. Twitter using hashtag Cubs Talk, and we'll read one back later in the game. We call it our AT&T tweet of the game. So Chu will bat for the second time. First time up, just one pitch. He homered into the basket and left.
Took a two-seam fastball that was moving away from him and up a little bit. Rode it out of here, so we'll see what Samardzija does this time. Started to mix in more sliders in the second inning. It was intended to be in, just overthrew it a little bit.
One and one. Where Castillo wanted it.
Nobody's been on base more often than Chu and Votto in all of Major League Baseball. There you see the National League leaders in on base percentage.
Last time two National League teammates won 1-2 in on base percentage in the NL 1985. Pedro Guerrero and Mike Scioscia. Ball 4, he's on again.
Pretty good lead down there. He's a threat. He stole 21 bases last year. They're beyond the cutout.
Rizzo now has essentially his heel on the base, at least near the base. We've seen Rizzo start well off the bag. And that one gets away. Another pickoff attempt by a Cubs pitcher resulting in an error. It's happened way too many times.
Chu's really been able to influence the game with his on-base presence. He's not Ricky Henderson. He's not a great base stealer, but he can run, and he has been a successful base stealer. Yesterday, he was bluffing a stolen base attempt, inducing a throw from Wellington Castillo that Starlin Castro failed to knock down, and it went into second base. Or into center field rather, and allowed him to move up. Yeah, you're right. There's been some adventures with pickoff throws to first base.
Cozart with a ground ball base hit. Chu around third. He will tie it up. And it's 2-2.
Single RBI for Cozart. The Cubs have given up a lot of unearned runs so far this year. This, yet to be determined whether this run ultimately will be unearned or not. We'll see how the inning plays out. Ball kicking back the other way on Castillo, able to corral it and prevent Cozart from moving up an extra 90 feet.
That throwing error by Samardzija is the 7th error by a Cubs pitcher. That is by far the most errors among all pitching staffs in baseball.
Yeah, I would say at least 3 of them have been on pickoff attempts at first base.
Jackson and Feldman have thrown balls into center, right, on double play attempts. A liner to Soriano. They get Votto. As Cozart almost to second, he's able to get back in plenty of time. Brandon Phillips takes a ball. Cozart runs, Phillips fouls.
Dusty Baker trying to play a little hit and run here. On the 1-0 pitch starts Cozart. Phillips taking a shot the other way, but fouling it off. Dusty should get an endorsement deal with a toothpick company.
Yeah, that's just his thing. And like announcers used to say when UL Washington had one when he played, kids, don't try that at home.
Kids scrambling to their computers looking up UL Washington, and then they're going, hey, that's cool. I am going to do that.
Much better throw that time by Samardzija, and they almost got Cozart.
Quick feet, accurate throw. That's the key, and it's very close at first base. Cozart not a real base stealer. Worth keeping an eye on.
Swung on and missed for the strikeout. Five for Samardzija.
Split and a dandy.
Missed badly on Jay Bruce. Other early action, Michael Saunders with a homer for the Mariners in the top of the first in Toronto. 1-0 Seattle. Hayes failed to score against Phil Hughes in the Bronx, so the Yankees will bat in the bottom of the first. Minnesota and Cleveland just underway scoreless in the opening inning. The Reds tie it. Cozart single plates Chu. It's 2-2. We'll watch the game with a former Cub and listen to classic stories about life as a Cub. With a luxury food and beverage package and a unique gift for each guest, the Audi Legends Suite is the most exclusive way to watch a Cubs game. For more info, it's Cubs.com/suites. Two as Dave Chappelle looks at ball one. He grounded to second in the opening inning. See him wearing the shades even at the plate. Something you never saw back in your day, guys wearing sunglasses at the plate, but the shades they make today are just so good. A lot of guys would rather just wear them all the time throughout the game to not change their vision.
Guys wear them all the time, period. In the hotel at night. And then they were a while back. Guys were wearing those shooter's glasses, those orange tinted glasses. With Jeff Kent wearing them.
(3-1). That's ball four.
Only the fifth walk allowed by Cingrani this year. Came in having pitched 18 innings. The fact that he's able to get so many strikeouts while keeping the walk count down is most impressive. Normally pitching coaches will anticipate a few more walks from power guys that strike out a bunch, typically work deep counts, put yourself in a position where you may end up walking more hitters, but he's been able to strike out a lot without walking hardly any at all.
Cody Ransom with a ground ball to Frazier. They'll try to turn it. Phillips will. 5-4-3. Two
of the better second basemen in the game on display in this series, with Barney and Phillips supposed to make all the plays. Really good at turning the double play.
A little bit outside on Rizzo. Walked in the first and scored a run. Came in red hot. .433 over his last 8 games. 5 doubles. A couple of home runs. His average has gone up 70 points. 173 to 243. Well hit deep center. Chu is back to the warning track. Off the wall. It's a double.
And I think the most impressive thing about Anthony Rizzo so far, a month into this season, has been his at-bats against left-handed pitchers, and not just the sloppy flip it up there lefties, but some of the hard-throwing lefties he has faced. He's had a lot of good at-bats. And he gets extended through that thigh-high fastball. He's so big and strong when it leaves his bat with that kind of trajectory, you're inclined to think it's going to leave the ballpark. That one got knocked down a little bit.
A good day for him. Hit by a pitch, a double. And it brings up the guy who hit the home run in the first. Way back. Gone. He's done it again. A 2-run shot for Soriano.
Now, yesterday it was the Reds with all the big 2-out knocks. Now the Cubs respond. Soriano, second 2-out, 2-run home run of the ballgame. This comes on a breaking ball. And our forward home run replay shows Soriano for the second time today going deep.
So 2 homers, each giving the Cubs the lead. He just passed Rocky Colavito for 70th on the all-time home run list. 375. Only one behind Carlton Fisk now.
Came into the game with 3 RBIs. He's got 4 today.
Out into deep right center. Chu will have room, and that'll end the inning. Well, Cindrani has faced Soriano twice with a runner on, and both times the Cubs cleanup man has beaten him with home runs, and it's 4-2. Cool Ranch Doritos Locos Tacos from Taco Bell. Liv Moss. Underway in the 4th. 1 ball, no strikes on Todd Frazier. So it's Soriano 4, Chu 2. Two and 0. That is a strike.
So far, no indications from Samardzija that that finger is bothering him here this afternoon.
Frazier went around. Greg Gibson said he did not. That makes it 3-1. Samardzija has not gotten any of the borderline calls today. That's a swing, I think.
I'm always in favor of a swing.
3-2.
That's a well-placed 3-1 fastball right there. Keep it out of the danger zone. Over the plate, but not at the bottom of the knees. I believe it was a slider that Frazier hit off Jeff in Cincinnati for the home run.
96 on the fastball that time. Fought off. Paul and Miller will also bat here in this Reds 4th. Got in on him a little bit on a slider. And Castro will throw him out. Frazier just could not extend his arms. Between innings, the Menards grounds crew smoothing out the infield dirt. Not having to worry about the tarp today. That's the best news. see Paul stands right on top of the plate.
Allows him to cover that outside edge, and he must feel like he's quick enough to handle the fastball in to be that tight to home plate.
Three and 0. Notice Castillo kind of set up shop on the inside corner. Why would he do that on a 3-0 pitch?
I think he's just trying to bring Samardzija over the inside part of the plate because he's been missing high and away. He's been flying open, and that two-seam fastball has drifted off the plate. So I think instead of sitting middle, he's trying to move even further into to kind of reinforce. Let's get that ball inner half. At least start it there because it's got so much run. Having a hard time. I don't think he could throw the ball straight today if he wanted to.
Paul runs and Miller fouls. So Dusty's tried to be aggressive today. He's attempted a couple of hit and runs.
I think his primary focus here is stay out of a double play and get through Cingrani's spot in the batting order here in the fourth so he can flip it and have two start the fifth inning.
There's that double play ball you were talking about. 4-6-3, and Samardzija will get to face the pitcher in the fifth. Still 4-2 Cubs.
Away from Blackhawks postgame live, presented by Hawk Ford. Steve Conroy and Pat Boyle break down the game and take you live to Minnesota for postgame comments from the Hawks. Blackhawks postgame live tomorrow, right after Game 3. On Comcast Sportsnet.
Cubs trying to even up this series and also get back to 500 on this homestand.
Be a good one to get. They've got a red hot Matt Latos to deal with tomorrow afternoon.
Castillo, Hairston, and Barney in the fourth. This is Jay Bruce in right. Pitch one out.
Edwin Jackson for the Cubs tomorrow afternoon. He's still looking for his first win of the year. Latos is 2-0 with a 1.83 ERA. Very good against the Cubs up in Cincinnati, over in Cincinnati, wherever that place is.
I would say down in Cincinnati.
Need to have a geography bee.
Yeah.
If I was in Texas, I could pretty much say, you know, up there and get it right.
Well, the one we have is east. Now, out west, and many say back east. But I think in the Midwest you could say out east and out west. We've had a few of those philosophical debates. Miller will make the grab, and Hairston fouls out. This season, let Wrigley Field be the host of your next corporate event. Bring your best customers and guests to the friendly confines and customize your experience with everything from private receptions to on-field activities. For more info, call 773-404-4161. Email WrigleyExperience@Cubs.com or go to Cubs.com/premier. Come on down or come on up. Or come on
come
over.
on out. Come on out
to Wrigley Field. Or come on back. Two strikes to Barney. Cubs leading on a couple of Soriano two-run homers. Two and two.
Cingrani basically a one-pitch pitcher here this afternoon. He's relied heavily on his fastball in all of his previous starts, but really hasn't had good command of anything but the fastball. He tried a changeup, it looked like, to Soriano, the second home run. And a couple breaking balls to Rizzo. He hit him with one of them.
A foul ball souvenir here at Wrigley Field, and Darwin Barney is in the lineup. If you are from where the visiting on deck circle starts over to the tarp, anywhere in any of those sections, you have a chance to get a Darwin Barney foul ball. 3-2.
He's having a hard time making that pitch in, too. You saw Miller slide to the inside corner, and he just cut it off. He didn't drive the pitch in. He didn't feel comfortable going in there. Maybe after whacking Castillo, doesn't trust it.
Well, hit to deep left, but caught on the warning track. At least he did turn on one, even though he made an out. 4-2 Cubs.
You can receive a free queso offer from Qdoba. Just text Queso Cubs to 50500 to opt into the Qdoba Mobile Club. They've got 4. Those smartphones out now.
5th inning, Cingrani, Chu, and Cozart. So Margie got that Corky Miller double play ball to set up this inning. The pitcher leading off.
Castillo not able to handle that pitch. It looked to be in the strike zone. Tougher to get the call when you don't catch it.
Sinker is low, 2-0. Jason Mott will have Tommy John surgery next week, so the Cardinals closer will not throw a pitch for his team this season. Talked yesterday about Mitchell Boggs getting sent to the minors. Edward Mujica currently in the closer role. The Cardinals have had all kinds of bullpen problems. Starters have been excellent.
Lead the division with an 18-11 record.
A topper in front of the mound. Castillo will pick it up and fire to Rizzo in time.
He's getting down that line pretty quickly. Castillo able to make a play on him. They've called up Carlos Martinez, have the Cardinals. Highly rated prospect. Little chopper right off home plate, I believe, and Castillo pounces on it. Hanley Ramirez right back on the DL.
Left hamstring. Looks like D. Gordon will be brought up from AAA Albuquerque. A Firestone Complete Auto Care Extra Mile Index. All those 10 hit by pitches came in the month of April. 1-1. So the way the day has gone, you feel like if Samardzija can retire Chu, they won't score again.
He's got the jump on him, 1-2. Chu showing you his skill set, right? The leadoff home run, and then works a walk and is able to work his way around the bases after that.
Able to hold up.
That run in the second inning would be an unearned run. He advanced to second base on the air by Samardzija. He was trying to pick him off first.
Lofted into shallow left. Soriano will get to the spot.
Yeah, I think that's where you have to go on Chu. I think hard in is the way to pitch him. Hits the ball well the other way, gap to gap. We really haven't seen him turn on a good inside fastball.
Yes, the Cardinals are holding out some hope that Chris Carpenter actually might come back. He's been dealing with that nerve issue. And it looked like his career might be over, but thinking possibly as a reliever. I just mentioned all their bullpen problems. What I had read about Carpenter was that he just doesn't want to have surgery again. Whether that means his baseball career is over or not remains to be seen.
Ooh, good try. What's the thinking that Carpenter can go an inning at a time and it wouldn't be an issue?
I guess.
Ultimately.
Yeah.
Flip a coin. Either way.
Yeah, maybe it's just the type of thing where he reaches a certain pitch count, and that's when it flares up. Just pitch till he blows out, and he's done. 3-2 to Cozart. He walked him, setting up a date with Joey Votto.
Shaking his head in disbelief. And he let Cozart get away.
Pitch. 2-0. A couple of good swings by Votto. He has doubled and lined to left.
Samardzija lasting 5 innings last time out, throwing 100 pitches, and he's running a pretty high pitch count here this afternoon as well.
Get hacked by Votto. It's 3-2. Cozart will be on the move here with 2 outs. Samardzija has a sign from Castillo. And the 3-2 on the ground to Ransom. And the inning is over. Cubs carry a 4-2 lead into the bottom of the fifth. Cubs with a 4-2 advantage, and Samardzija will start it in the bottom of the fifth. Derby Day. A tweet from Craig Wallace. Len, who's your horse in the Derby? Well,
Seabiscuit.
There you go. I have no idea.
Golden Sense.
Golden Sense?
I think there's a horse, Golden Sense. I think Rick Pitino owns that horse, or owns a piece of it anyway.
I just hope it's a good, clean, close race. Comes down to the wire.
No cheating. It's what I read about it, and I don't follow the racing game very much. I read that there was no prohibitive favor. It's kind of a wide open field. Little people on big animals going fast.
Swing and a miss, strike three.
And no matter if you care about horse racing or not, it's always fun to hear. And down the stretch they come. It's always fun. That looks like Brandon Phillips, but he's playing today.
Chappelle 0 for 1 with a walk. Cingrani with strike one.
Pretty good breaking ball there from Cingrani. Argue that he hasn't been particularly sharp today, but the bottom line is if Soriano weren't in the lineup, it might be shutout baseball for him.
Bounded to the second baseman Phillips. He'll get him.
Cheer on the Cubs as they host the Mets Sunday, May 19th. 120 ball game. The first 5,000 children 13 and younger will receive a mini Cubs player figurine compliments of Pepsi. At the conclusion of the game, the first 1,000 children 13 and younger will have the opportunity to run the bases. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com.
Start for Ransom, 0 for 2. What's a greater indignity for a hitter, a strikeout or a double play? Should be a double play. You're making 2 outs, but guys don't like to swing and miss.
Yeah, I think it depends on the nature of the double play. You know, if you go up there and you hit it hard and it turns out to be a double play, then so be it. I think getting jammed is probably the thing they hate the most, getting their bat broken. Because that's just a sign that they've been dominated. A big swing and a miss. They can just, man, if I caught that one, I would hit it 430 feet.
At the end of the bat. 2-2. Careful over there.
Remember, flesh before furniture.
Mariners pounding the Blue Jays 6-0. Uncle Saunders with 2 homers. Preston Ackley has a grand slam as they play the 6th. Cingrani with a 1-2-3 fifth. 4-2 Cubs. The game. many animals did Corky Miller kill to make his beard? Hopefully none. Great hat day with the Derby hat giveaway. Samardzija back to work in the 6th, and Brandon Phillips. It's a high foul pop, and Rizzo will not have a play.
Phillips continues to struggle against Jeff Samardzija. That had been the case prior to today. And so far today, he's 0 for 2 with a couple of punch outs. Swung and missed with a good split finger pitch last time back in the 3rd.
Out into center, and it's Sapelt. Righty Cameron Lowe getting loose. Samardzija's pitch count getting up there, nearing 100. Ransom way off the line over there at 3rd with a lefty Bruce at the plate. The pitch is in. Bruce, a first rounder 8 years ago, 2005. Out of Beaumont, Texas.
Great expectations placed on him as he worked his way up through the Reds organization.
See if Soriano has a play here behind the Cub bullpen, and no.
Just 21 years of age when he first came to the big leagues. He's playing this season at 25. I'll make that 26. Turned 26 back on April 3rd. Power numbers get better and better every year. His home run totals have gone up.
He has one so far this season. That was off Travis Wood in Cincy. It's like 514 last year. 34 homers, a career high, along with 99 RBIs.
Kind of guy you would expect at some point in his career in that ballpark to put 40 on the board. 34 last year, 32 the year before.
And he hits the 3-1 on the ground to a Gold Glover.
Jeff a favor there. It looked like he went after a pitch up out of the strike zone. Martin can make quick work of the Reds here in the 6th. He might be able to talk Dale Swayman into one more inning. He might not have to talk him into it. It might be Dale's plan to begin with. Have your ace out there for 7. Save the number of outs you have to get from your bullpen. That would be nice. If you can get Frazier here, he'll have the bottom of the order up into 7th.
Spazio looks on. Oh, 2. We'll do it again. Got some Chicago Bears coming up. Tight ends Gabe Miller and Steve Maneri. Offensive lineman Edwin Williams in the 7th.
Frazier puts up a good fight, doesn't he? He's 0 for 2 today, but he's seen a lot of pitches. He fought off some tough pitches. Pitches as a pitcher, you throw him, okay, that'll do it. I should get him. He puts it in play, fights it off, stays alive.
Well, he seems bound and determined to pull it.
Seven pitches so far in this at bat.
Castro will pick it up. And Samardzija with a 1-2-3 sixth, leading 4-2. Go home for the Bulls as they throw down in a must-see Game 7 with Brooklyn. It's a game the whole city will be talking about. You've got to watch with Neil and Stacy. Don't miss Bulls-Nets Game 7 tonight at 6 on Comcast Sportsnet. Rizzo skies to left. Paul will retire it. 8 in a row retired by Cingrani since the latest Soriano home run. Here's Alfonso. He's connected twice today.
Interesting to see how aggressive Cingrani is with Soriano in this at bat. A lot of pitchers, especially very inexperienced pitchers, would be a little gun shy in this situation. Cingrani apparently not one of those guys.
May is his month.
Jumped on a fastball, then a changeup. Both times driving at himself and Anthony Rizzo. Got work to do here.
Came in hitting .400 against lefties. He's had a huge afternoon, way outside to even it at 2 apiece. Cubs with only 3 hits, 2 of them those home runs. Hit ground ball right to Frazier. Time now for our Xfinity high-speed action. Let's look at Starlin Castro yesterday and watch that front foot against Aroldis Chapman.
Tap and go and pokes it into right field. A little bit bigger here with the leg kick on Cingrani, and he's late on the fastball. Last time up, he went back to that smaller load. And hit the ball to center field, and it's more of a 2-strike approach for him. And I think Dale would like to see us adopt that more frequently. lot of times the timing is such that by the time he gets that foot down, it's too late.
Breaker for a strike. Cingrani working quickly, and Castro gets a fly to right. Jay Bruce will make the grab, and that's the inning. Third straight 1-2-3 for Cingrani. He trails Jeff Samardzija 4-2. Cardinals and Cubs coming up Wednesday at 12:30 here on Comcast Sportsnet. It's pregame time. And we will hit the air at 1 o'clock. First pitch at 1:20. Again, Papa John's pregame live at 12:30 Wednesday here on Comcast Sportsnet. A trio of Bears will conduct the 7th inning stretch. Happy to have with us tight end Steve Maneri, as James Russell will be the first reliever to work today after Jeff Samardzija went 6. Trying to snap a personal 4-game losing streak. Steve, welcome to the Bears and to the booth here at Wrigley Field. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Good to be here.
You ready to sing today?
I'm not a very good singer, but we'll see what happens here. Hopefully the fans are really loud and we don't have to be too much in the spotlight.
Xavier Paul will lead off for Cincinnati, and then Corky Miller, and probably a pinch hitter for Cingrani. And there's ball 1. So he signed in March. Why the Bears?
Who wouldn't want to come to Chicago? It's an awesome city, and this team is going places, and that's why I came here.
1-0 is off the plate outside. What do you know about your new coach?
I know he's a very smart man. Trestman is an offensive guru, and I've learned that already in my month here so far. We're learning, we're working.
Now, how big of an adjustment is it when you come to a new team in terms of all the different blocking schemes? And is it the X and O similar from one place to the next?
They are.
Yeah,
there's definitely a similarity. I mean, every team has a power play, outside zone, inside zone, and the routes are essentially the same. Little wrinkles and terminology is what you got to pick up. But it's my 4th offense in as many years, so I'm getting good at it.
Be a coach in the future.
Yes, sir. Hopefully.
3-1 on Paul. Baseball fan at all grown up?
Yeah, I was actually a big baseball fan. I followed the Cubs. Remember the Mark Pryor, Kerry Wood days?
Sure.
Zambrano. They were good in World Series baseball.
Well, Cub fans are hoping they're good at real World Series baseball
Absolutely.
here very soon.
Let's hope so.
3-2 to Paul. Well, the Bears used to play in this very ballpark. Can
Is
you
that
imagine?
right? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's been over 30 years since they last played here at Wrigley. I believe there have been more NFL games in this ballpark than any other to this day. They played here for about 50 years. On the ground to Starlin Castro, and he will get Paul for the out.
You learn something new every day.
And there's Logan Ondrusek warming up in the Cincinnati bullpen. Big, lanky right-hander from Shiner, Texas. Where's home, Steve?
Home is New Jersey.
Jersey?
Yes, sir.
Temple University?
Temple University.
Fighting Owls?
Yes, sir.
How'd you guys do when you were there?
We were good.
Program was okay?
We started terrible, but we turned it around, man. Went from 1-11 to 9-4 my last year.
Nice.
So it's a good little story there.
Swing and a miss by Corky Miller.
So you still make your offseason home back east?
I don't know. I like Chicago.
Yeah.
I might be sticking around. Might be around here.
Low and outside. So you're going to do a 3-part harmony, or how's this going to work? You're just going to belt it out with your teammates.
Well, as you know, we are football players and not professional singers, so should be interesting.
But all the football guys should go through kind of a rookie hazing thing. I mean, when you come to a new team, you don't have to do that, right? I mean, that's only a rookie thing.
This is fourth year.
It's not a new team thing. It's not a rookie thing.
Absolutely.
But you had to do it when you were a rookie.
Yeah, we had skits. I was actually in Houston for that. And, they get pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's low. Pinch hitter on deck is Donald Lutz. He would bat for Cingrani. Just missed inside. Full count, 3-2.
Take a look at pitch tracks. Yeah. Off the plate in. Good try. Now you got to be willing to throw it over a big chunk of the plate here. Didn't do it. Not over but down.
Look good from up here.
Thanks for stopping by. We're going to get your teammates in here because Russell's going to get a double play ball. The inning's going to come to an end. But great to have you here in Chicago with the Bears.
Boys look ready. They look ready back there. Oh yeah, they're ready to go.
Got the Derby hat on.
That's right. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, awesome. Steve.
Have a great season.
Good to be here. Nice meeting you guys.
Bears coming up here with the stretch. And here is Donald Lutz, first German developed player in Major League history. Looking for his first hit. He represents a tying run.
Born in Watertown, New York. Kind of up in my part of the world where I grew up, but at the age of 1 moved to Germany and was developed in their amateur program. Played for Germany in the World Baseball Classic.
Well, Dusty had a couple of options. From the right side, he had switch hitters Cesar Turris and Derek Robinson. He's also got his backup catcher, Devin Mesoraco, and there is nobody up in the Cubs bullpen, but he chose to go with the left-handed hitting Lutz instead. Pitches out at the end of the bat, pops it up, and Castro really battling the sun. He's able to make the catch.
Yeah, a tough sun to battle, but had he been wearing one of these hats, that would have been no problem.
2 away, and it's Shin-Soo Choo. Good day for Samardzija. He threw a season high of 111 pitches, but considering he gave up a home run on the very first pitch he threw, exiting with a 4-2 lead, definitely take it.
Yeah, 4 hits allowed, a couple of runs, only one of which was earned, and really the at-bats by the likes of Frazier. Frazier was 0 for 3 today, but some of those lengthy at-bats cost him probably an inning more. He probably could have stretched it out for one more inning had that pitch count not risen as high as it did. I think there's even a chance that Dale would have sent him back out here for the 7th had Frazier not had such a long at bat there to end the 6th.
One-two pitch, swung on and missed. 7th inning stretch time with the Bears.
For taking out to the ball game, Chicago Bears, Steve Baneri, Gabe Miller, and Edwin Williams.
All right, Bears fans, let's hear you. 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me something to take crackers and I don't care if I ever get back. Let's root for the lobby.
add on to that. Right-hander Logan Andrusik in for Cingrani.
Part of this very talented Reds bullpen. He's 1-0 with a 360. 10 innings, 7 hits, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts. Allowed by Andrusik. And Cingrani, he hung in there. It's a very competitive game. Rack up the strikeouts like he did in his previous starts, but pretty solid.
Tall right-hander with a pitch, and Castillo pops it up. And out of play. Castillo has homered off Andrusik in 3 at-bats. Castillo not the swing and the result that he wanted. He'd like to have that one back.
Sinking action on that pitch from Andrusik. He features fastball, cutter, curveball, and a splitter. Soriano's home run in the 3rd was the last base runner that the Cubs have had.
Hairston gets the at bat against a right-hander. A lot of the right-handed pitchers Hairston has faced have been relievers because his starts have come against lefties. Marmol in the bullpen. Russell with a scoreless top of the 7th. 1-2.
The Bears, they did a pretty good job singing. This booth fills up in a hurry when you run 3 football players in here.
Yeah.
And big guy that was next to me, his arms are bigger than my legs.
Edwin Williams, yeah. Hairston out of the deep center. Chu battling the elements, and he's able to fight off the sun and catch the ball. I kind of lost you over there.
I was kind of getting low because he was swinging his arm as he was singing, and if he hit me with that thing, I'd probably be down for the count.
Darwin Barney. Fastball in.
Andrusik's got a nice mix of pitches. Came up with the Reds in 2010, was solid for them in 11, and then last year ran into control problems. Spent some time back down at AAA.
Big leg kick in the 1-1. Cutter is hit on the ground to Phillips. Andrusik does his job. We'll see Carlos Marmol most likely in the 8th inning. Over to CSN right away for Blackhawks postgame live. Presented by Hawk Ford. Steve Conroy and Pat Boyle will break down the game and take you live to Minnie for postgame comments from the Hawks. Blackhawks postgame live tomorrow right after Game 3 on Comcast Sportsnet. Julio Bourbon comes into play right, and he will lead off the bottom of the 8th in the 9th spot, and the pitcher spot now goes where Scott Hairston was in the 7 hole. That's Carlos Marmol.
Carlos working for the 14th time. He's 2-1 with a 3.86 ERA.
Two, 3, and 4 now for the Reds, starting with Kozar. Ball 1.
Votto, Phillips, Bruce to follow. So obviously very important to get Zach Cozart here.
Talked in Cincinnati about the way Marmol has handled Votto. Votto got a big hit against Marmol. He's still 2 for 16 with 9 strikeouts. Cozart 0 for 2. Phillips 3 for 24. Bruce 2 for 11. This lineup has not done much against Marmol in his career, but he's got to throw strike.
Yeah, immediately action in the Cubs pen.
It's like rookie Hector Rondon is
getting ready in a hurry.
Way outside, ball 4. Rondon getting more responsibility as time has gone on here. Dale at least would consider using him here in a big spot in the 8th if Marmol continues to struggle. Straight bad ones to start the inning. Comes Chris Bosio along with Castillo. 36,455 the paid crowd. It was very nice Saturday afternoon. The Cubs leading here late.
Reds club, a team you would like to have multiple left-handed options against in that bullpen with the likes of Votto and Bruce and Chu for that matter. Votto has drawn criticism from some quarters this year for being too patient. He's drawn a ton of walks. He's ready to swing there on 2-0. That slider moving in on him a little bit.
So he walked Cozart on 4. He's been around the plate here on Votto. Hard to get calls though, and you're missing early.
Yeah, in terms of the reputation of the two guys, if indeed there's any merit to that argument, the guys with a good reputation get the borderline calls. Votto, one of the more patient, more disciplined hitters in all of baseball, and Marmol, a guy who misfires a lot.
So it's full 3-2 on Votto. Ball 4.
It's interesting that that one clearly off the plate, but it's not that umpires intentionally call balls for guys who have a reputation of being wild, but it's like there's a level of expectation. If Houston Street were out there, I wonder if a couple of those pitches wouldn't have been called strikes.
They have 2 on with no outs for Phillips. Down the line, foul. A few inches foul. That would have been all kinds of trouble.
As in likely tie game trouble. Elevated slider. Phillips punches it the other way, and by that much, the Cubs maintain their 4-2 lead.
Nail-biting time here in the 8th. With a 2-run lead, with the Reds threatening. Marmol's 1-1. Dropped by Castillo, but he got the call on the slide piece. 1-2.
Phillips didn't like the call, but it's clearly a strike.
To load the bases with nobody out.
And it's so frustrating for Dale Schweim and Chris Bosio. Just when you think you have Carlos rehabilitated to a certain extent, you feel more comfortable putting him out there. He has an inning like this. I don't know how much longer they can stay with him. Trying to throw a slider and just doesn't finish the pitch. Look how far he falls off. You know, he falls off the first base side anyway, but he really flew open early on that one. No chance of getting that breaking ball away from a right-handed hitter when you do that.
Honda called to the pen. It will be the rookie Rondon. Bases loaded. Nobody out. We'll be back. Honda called to the pen time. And Hector Rondon, and by far his biggest appearance here in the big leagues. In that, the Cubs have a 2-run lead. He's facing Jay Bruce with the bases loaded, nobody out in the 8th.
He had been going along nicely until his last appearance. That was Tuesday against San Diego. And they gave up 4 hits, 4 runs in 2 innings of work in that ball game. Big moment for the young guy.
Here we go. Inside for a ball.
He's got pinched. See, don't let the fact that the guy before him had a hard time finding the zone influence the strike zone for this guy. Pretty good looking pitch.
Out in the left center. Soriano will have to play it on a bounce. Everybody advances 1. It's 4-3. Bruce is lobbing one out in the left center for an RBI single.
We're hearing the combination of the boos from the Cubs fans and the Bruce from the Reds fans that are in attendance today as they celebrate this little flare base hit that draws the Reds 1 closer.
Blocked by Castillo. So that's a first hit of the inning. 2 walks, a hit batter, and an RBI single. And now the tying run is at third. The go-ahead run is at second.
That scored a run in the 7th yesterday without a hit.
Time for our AT&T UVerse Multiview. A heap of trouble for the Cubs. Votto, Phillips, Bruce, the base runners, and a hitter's count on Todd Frazier. in the air to right. Bourbon is back on it. This will be a 2-for-1. Might be a 3-for-1. It is. Votto scores to tie it at 4, and the other runners both advance. So Phillips to third, Bruce also to second.
I knew it was going to be easy for Votto to score and Phillips to get third base. Aggressive base running play here by Jay Bruce to tag up and go from first to second on this fly ball to right.
Now they will intentionally walk Paul.
Samardzija can't buy a win.
Jack Hanahan will pinch hit for Corky Miller.
MLB.com at bat is the #1 source for live baseball everywhere you go. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. At bat delivers Cubs baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, news, highlights, and more. Text at bat to 31826 or visit Cubs.com for details.
Spazio back out. So this is the third visit of the inning, but it's the second pitcher out there. And right now, the bullpen is quiet. Well, there have been moving parts here, JD, because of Sean Camp's struggles recently. We haven't seen him today. It has given Rondon an opportunity after Marmol could not get an out. You've already seen James Russell. That came in the 7th inning.
A lot of times when you go to your 8th inning guy, you get to this stage of the game, you're going to finish the game with 2 pitchers, your 8th inning guy and your closer, unless you're committed to your closer only working 1 inning. And most clubs do that now because you get through. Most times you get through the 8th cleanly and you hand the ball to the closer in the 9th. But I don't know if it wouldn't make more sense if that 8th inning guy starts to struggle to go ahead and get your closer in and ask 2 innings out of him.
Pinch hitter Hanahan looks at a strike. Huge moment in this game. 2 in to tie it.
Are no easy decisions for Dale Swaim right now when it comes to how his bullpen is going to perform and how he's going to use them.
Here's the 0-1. Too low. 1-1.
No, for sure, but the good news is it may be that Aroldis Chapman is not available for the Reds today with all the pitches he threw last night.
Seemed to indicate that he might be. I don't know if he just said that just to make the Cubs wonder or not. But yeah, it was a long 9th for Chapman yesterday.
It's 30-plus pitches. Sometimes that 30-35 pitch count is a threshold that managers go by as to whether a pitcher is going to be available the next day, and they're very cautious with how they use Chapman.
The kick and the 2-1. 3 balls and a strike. We've already seen 3 walks and a hit batter in the inning. And Rondon behind Hanahan.
Just missing that inside corner. It's a tough situation for this young kid.
And he walked him, and the Reds have the lead as Phillips can walk home.
Did not have to be called the ball. That's borderline calls in this inning. Cubs pitching have not gotten.
Still only one out. Now you're just trying to limit the damage as Devin Mesoraco, who will come in to catch pinch hits for Andrusic, who could get the win.
And the Reds hitters doing a really good job. We're talking about, obviously, pitching has not been good in this inning, but the Reds hitters very patient, laying off those borderline pitches.
Rondone's 1-0. Late swing by Mesoraco on 92. It's 1-1.
Ironically, this is a day that Carlos Marmol probably would want to celebrate as he becomes the all-time Cubs leader in appearances out of the bullpen, passing Lee Smith. But I'm not going to want to celebrate anything about this day.
In the air to right. So Bruce is ready to tag. Bourbon will throw. Rizzo will cut it off. Didn't have a chance. 2 sac flies in the inning. The latest by Mesoraco makes it 6-4.
Bourbon's emphasis there was to make sure he didn't overthrow the cutoff man, but if ever there were a time you were going to sail one to home on the fly, this would be the time to try it. Down a run in the 8th inning.
So Chu will be the 9th Red of the inning. 4 in on only 1 hit. Bouncer to Barney. And the inning finally comes to an end, but a big one for the Reds. They get 4 to take a 6-4 lead. Going with 1 in the 8th. Cubs are down 2. Devin Mesoraco stays in after pinch hitting, and he catches for big Jonathan Broxton. We saw Broxton yesterday, a scoreless 8th inning. He hit Castillo, got Valbuena to pop out, and then Barney hit into a double play. Facing Julio Bourbon. And ball 1.
Broxton, he could have been hanging out up here with those Bears guys. He's a big dude. Goes about 3 bills. There's a derby hat for you.
Sharply hit grounder and a great play by Votto. He smothers it and has plenty of time to get to the bag. Joey Votto, old Glover back in 2011.
He's so quick and athletic. You think of the stereotypical first baseman. Big lumbering guy that hits home runs. Doesn't move around that well. But there's not many of those guys in the game. Most of them now are very athletic.
DeJesus hitting for Sapelt. Cornermen will still play in.
If the Cubs do not rally to win this game, obviously the focus will be on Marmol and his performance here this afternoon. It didn't help that the offense has gone quiet since the Soriano home run in the 3rd. Not a single base run.
Yeah, the 2 homers by Soriano really hiding the fact that that's been all the offense. Go back to a couple of days ago, and Hairston hit the home run against the Padres. Cubs had other chances. Combination of things. Your bullpen has been up and down this year, and the same goes for the offense. The most frustrating part, going back to your point about Samardzija, is just the starting rotation continues to put this team in a position to win. The Cubs with now 18 quality starts. Their pitchers with 18 quality starts, including today, but just 6 wins in those starts. Inside 2-1.
And then you begin to ask the question, well, and how long will the starting pitchers be able to sustain that performance? You know, pitching, like every other facet of the game, tends to run hot and cold, and the starting pitching has been so good through the first month of the season, you almost expect a little bit of a downward trend.
Three and 2. Happy 10th birthday to Isabella Dickman here at the ballpark today. And the Cubs can come back late. By the way, with Broxton here in the 8th, that I think would indicate that Chapman is available for the 9th. Otherwise, Dusty may have saved his 8th inning guy for the same chance. It's 3-2. Bounce to Broxton. I don't think De Jesus is going to be able to run through him. Valbuena for Ransom.
The guy looked like he was ready to stand in there and draw the charge.
Came over from Kansas City last year, 2-time All-Star. His big league debut in 05 with the Dodgers.
No newborn Cubs fan. The Newborn Fan Club is the perfect gift to showcase what it means to be a Cub for life. Receive a customized photo announcing the birth on the Wrigley Field marquee, a Cubs birth certificate, Cubs baby stocking cap, and a Cubs Rookie of the Year onesie. Perfect for parents and friends alike. Visit Cubs.com for more information and sign up today.
Second time in your life you've said onesie on the air. I'm keeping tabs. A 1-1 count on Valbuena. We'll say onesies for the count.
Valbuena down in the count here, 1-2. You know, he's been good in the power department so far this year. He's shown patience at the plate. Clearly, that's the goal here. Just get on base, keep the line moving, give Rizzo a chance to come up there and represent the tying run.
Swung on and missed 95. To end the inning, that'll take us to the ninth. 6-4 Cincy. Continues to be the PNC Club of Chicago. Your guests will enjoy an all-inclusive top-shelf bar and gourmet food in this high-end suite with seventh inning stretch celebrities and former Cub players. For information, contact the Premier Sales Team at 773-404-4200 or Cubs.com/Premier. De Jesus will stay in at play center. Valbuena ditto at third. And Rondon will continue.
And for the second consecutive inning, Cozart will lead off, followed by Votto and Phillips. Hopefully the ninth goes better than the eighth. And Aroldis Chapman is warming up for the Reds.
I think Chapman really wanted to get right back on the mound after his worst outing of the season yesterday. And he will get that opportunity, it appears. Cozart foul tips 0-2. One game has gone final. The Mariners beat the Jays 8-1 in Toronto. R.A. Dickey now with 5 losses. He's 2-5. Hisashi Iwakuma got the win. He's 3-1.
That's 21 losses for Toronto now.
Wow.
10-21. Only the Astros and the Marlins have lost more games. Expectations were sky high in Toronto after the offseason that they had.
Elevated to right. Bourbon will handle it. Oh, Rivera is on for the Yanks. 4-1. They lead the A's in the ninth. Cleveland leading Minnesota 6-3 in the bottom of the eighth. Kipnis and Swisher have homered for the Indians. Hicks for the Twins. Indians looking for their 6th consecutive win. They try to get over 500. Wainwright and Gallardo today. Cardinals and Brewers will start in about 20 minutes.
Looking in the Cubs notes here, a little section where they go record by runs scored allowed. If I'm reading this correctly, the Cubs have not won a game yet this year in which they've allowed 4 or more runs.
I believe you are correct.
Wow. .15 in such games.
Base hit for Votto.
So, you know, give up 5 or more. You don't expect to win a lot of those, but every now and then.
Second base number 4, Brendan Phillips.
So this, if they don't come back, would Drop them to 0-16 when they give up 4 or more. Left center. Gonna hang up there for Soriano. So Phillips is out. 2 down, and it's Jay Bruce. Line shot to Jesus. That ball handcuffed him a little bit as he ended up on the seat of his pants, but he made the catch. We go to the bottom of the 9th, 6-4 Reds. With a 4-run 8th on just 1 hit. And hard throwing lefty Aroldis Chapman, who went into yesterday's game having allowed 1 run all year, gave up 3. Did not finish the 9th. He only went 2/3. Was bailed out by J.J. Hoover. Well, he's right back out there today.
And that outing yesterday for Chapman, maybe the roughest of his big league career. Faced 8 batters, allowed 6 to reach. That had never happened before. It's only the 2nd time he's been removed from a game mid-inning. So an impressive job by the Cubs hitters off of this hard-throwing lefty yesterday. They're going to need a similar effort here this afternoon. The Reds, they've got the Cubs number here at Wrigley lately.
I'm talking with one of the Cub hitters about facing Chapman. Because he's so tall, he really gets on top of the ball. When that pitch comes in at that downward angle, Rizzo broke his bat as he flies to Bruce. Sometimes you take a pitch thinking it's going to be low, but because it starts so high, it ends up being a strike.
And he's got a nice delivery too, you know. Pretty compact for a big, long guy, long limbs. He's able to keep it together for the most part.
And the Cub hitter I was talking to, he said, look, we're big league hitters. If you locate your 98-mile-an-hour fastball well, we'll tip our cap. But if you don't locate and you give us stuff to hit, which is what happened yesterday, we'll beat you. And the Cubs did. And they had a good approach going to the opposite field. Three and 0. And I would guess, and we don't see Chapman all the time, but that he gets a lot of swings and misses on non-strikes because guys are afraid to get to 2 strikes against him because they don't want to strike out.
Yeah, they go up there looking for that first fastball in the zone that they can put in play. Whereas a more patient approach might pay off.
Like that one. Bring up Castro, who singled off Chapman yesterday. Our GMC professional grade player of the game is the guy who just walked. 2 homers early in the afternoon off Cingrani.
Came into the game with 1 home run, 3 driven in, leaves the game, or at least to this stage of the ball game, with 3 and 7 in the home run and RBI departments. Who knows? He might hit the game winner in the bottom of the 11th.
You see Castro shortening up on that stride as he takes a slider for a strike. down by Mesoraco. Chapman set way high at 95. 2-1.
Devin Mesoraco out to have a chat with Chapman, and maybe because he threw so many pitches yesterday, might not feel as fresh today. That ball not leaving his hand as crisply as it normally does. So it looks to me like he's reaching back, trying to get a little more, and overthrowing.
Popped up. Phillips, 2 outs. Brandon has the flip downs on. That's come in handy on a day like this. It's up to Castillo now with 2 outs. He's 2 for 2 against Chapman. Knocked in a couple yesterday with a base hit. Jackson Latos tomorrow. And the 1-1. So far in these first 2 games, Chapman without a strikeout against a right-handed hitter. He's 1-2 on Castillo. And the pitch. We threw that at 98, 2-2. He did strike out Rizzo yesterday.
Good job laying off that sharp breaking ball. That's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning off a guy throwing 96 miles an hour. He got it started but was able to check.
A full count on Castillo. Cubs trail by 2. He's a tying run. And the pitch bounced foul.
Spoiled a good fastball there. Maybe we'll get a piece, stay alive. Leonard Navarro, his secret weapons on deck. He glides, uses that big frame to glide down the mound, and then the ball just explodes at the hitter.
Another 3-2. Just foul by about a foot. As Kevin Gregg loosens in case we get to the 10th.
That's an attention getter. Chapman not used to having his fastball turned on like that.
Frazier will have to throw to first. Not a good throw, but Votto able to scoop it and stay on the bag. And the Reds come from behind with 4 in the 8th and hold off the Cubs 6-4 the final.
And a season of near misses, close calls, frustrating losses. Yet another one. A game that looked like the Cubs had control of gets away as the bullpen leaky yet again.
Cubs with only 3 hits. The last of which was a homer by Soriano in the 3rd. So for JD and our entire crew, I'm Len Casper. The final score from Wrigley Field: the Reds 6, the Cubs 4. Join us Wednesday at 12:30 for the pregame Cardinals and Cubs in the finale of a 2-game series. We're not done yet. Stay tuned. Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs post-game live is next.